was a pretty powerful video. I teared up a little bit on that. Well, hello, and welcome to the 2026 Utah State University Faculty Awards Ceremony. I'm Larry Smith, Provost and Executive Vice President, and I'm joined today by Lisa Barreau, Vice President for Research, who will serve as co-MC, and by President Brad Mortensen, who will present the final award in today's ceremony. I'll start by thanking all of you for attending this event, where we will celebrate extraordinary faculty and recognize their outstanding achievement. The faculty we showcase today represent the many devoted, hardworking, and successful colleagues who demonstrate excellence in research, creative activities, instruction, service, and engagement. No university could ever be excellent without excellent faculty. This makes USU indebted to our academic professionals who are responsible for making good on the delivery of this university's mission. So in all caps, thank you to all USU faculty. Lisa.
So I'd like to start by just echoing Provost Smith's gratitude. We are incredibly thankful for the many ways that our faculty support Utah State University. This year, we've made a few changes to this ceremony to streamline it and highlight our nominees and recipients more clearly. And so we need to start today by having me point you to the back of your program, where you'll find a QR code and website where you can explore short bios and information about all of today's nominees. These are searchable by award or college. Before we begin announcing this year's nominees and recipients, it is my pleasure to recognize the 2025 USU Presidential Award for Civic and Community Engagement. This award honors faculty whose work strengthens partnerships between USU and the broader community through collaborative, mutually beneficial exchange of knowledge and resources. Please join me in recognizing Assistant Professor of Theater Education and Theater Arts, Dr. Jane Gold, for her exceptional commitment to connecting theater arts education with community impact. We're excited to celebrate all that you have accomplished this year. So sit back, relax, and let's celebrate together. Okay, so this year, during the ceremonies, nominees will be announced using a short video animation. We ask that you hold your applause until all the nominees are recognized. Once the awardee is announced, we invite that person to join us on stage to accept the award and share some brief remarks. Our first award is the Peak Undergraduate Research Mentor of the Year. Let's welcome Associate Vice President for Research and Professor of Art History, Alexa Sand, to present this award. Alexa?
Thank you, Vice President Barreau. An outstanding undergraduate research mentor serves as a role model for inquiry, curiosity, and responsible research. Research mentors often provide students with their first opportunities to engage in professional communities through conferences, exhibitions, performances, or publications. Faculty who mentor undergraduate researchers are counselors and guides who encourage, instruct, and advocate for the success of their students. Here are this year's nominees for the Peak Undergraduate Research Mentor of the Year.
Carrie Durward. Dorothy Wallace, Holly Murdoch, Lee Yuan Ho, Lucas Rentschler, Lou Lawrence, Srisharan Sridharan,
Congratulations to all our nominees. I am pleased to announce that the 2026 Utah State University Peak Undergraduate Research Mentor of the Year is Carrie Derwart.
Guess I should have sat closer to the front. Well, this award is incredibly meaningful to me. The work that I do, it's hard for me to separate it from the students that I work with. They push me to think critically about the work that we're doing. They make the work that we do better. And I'm just privileged to get to work with so many incredibly intelligent, driven, young people. So thank you all very much.
Next, we welcome Janet Anderson, Vice President and Chief of Staff to the Provost, who will present the nominees for Undergraduate Faculty Mentor of the Year.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Dr. Sand. The Undergraduate Faculty Mentor of the Year Award honors a full-time faculty member who invests deeply in supporting student success through exceptional academic mentoring. The nominees for this award help students meet their academic and career goals by being available, monitoring their progress, and mentoring them through student clubs, organizations, and leadership development. Here are the nominees.
Aishwarya Chandraskaran, Amanda Katz, Andreas Wiesman, Austin Ball, Elsa Perez, Jennifer Gruey, Todd Griffith,
Congratulations to all of these outstanding faculty mentors. And now, the 2026 Utah State University Undergraduate Faculty Mentor of the Year is Todd Griffith.
Well, this is unexpected. I'm beyond grateful to be recognized by my wonderful faculty colleagues. It's been such an honor to serve you as the Senate President this year. Being recognized as the undergraduate mentor means everything to me. Being an alumni of Utah State, it's been such a pleasure to come back and work with such amazing students in the Huntsman School of Business and actually across campus being a part of Sigma Phi Epsilon as their mentor. And I'm just so very grateful just to be an Aggie. So thank you, and let's keep working together.
It is now my pleasure to introduce Dr. David Feldon, Vice Provost for Graduate Studies and Professor of Instructional Technology and Learning Sciences. He'll present the Outstanding Graduate Mentor of the Year Award.
Thank you, Vice President Anderson. The Outstanding Graduate Mentor of the Year Award recognizes faculty who demonstrate excellence in guiding graduate students through their academic journey. These mentors are effective advisors who facilitate degree completion, model sound scholarship and ethical behavior, provide emotional support, extend constructive criticism, and involve students in publishing and other professional activities. They excel in preparing graduate students for successful careers after completing their degrees. I am pleased to present this year's nominees for Outstanding Graduate Mentor of the Year. Mentorship is a vital part of graduate education.
Brett Hurst.
Mentorship is a vital part of graduate education, and we commend all our nominees for their dedication. I am pleased to present this year's nominees for Outstanding Graduate Mentor of the Year.
Brett Hurst. Chris Hartlow. Elizabeth Varghese. Kelly Bradbury. Mirella Meyer-Fika. Sarah Braden. Sarah O'Neill.
Mentorship is a vital part of graduate education, and we commend all of our nominees for their dedication. The 2026 Utah State University Outstanding Graduate Mentor of the Year is Dr. Elizabeth Varghese.
Thank you so much for this award. I think as graduate mentors, we have a lot of opportunities to change students' lives, and hopefully we're all striving to change them for the better. And my own journey has been impacted by both good and outstanding and not so outstanding graduate mentors. And so it's nice to be recognized as one of the outstanding ones. And looking at the other people there, I know that this university is full of outstanding graduate mentors. Thanks.
Next, please welcome Dr. Todd Griffith, Faculty Senate President and Associate Professor of Finance, who will present the Faculty University Service Award.
You thought you got rid of me. Thank you, Dr. Feldon. The Faculty University Service Award honors faculty who demonstrate exceptional service to the operations and governance of the university. Here are this year's nominees.
Dennis Newell. Gregory Anderson. Jennifer Simon. Melanie Dominesh Rodriguez. Rose Judd Murray, Shannon Cromwell, Scott Findley,
Thank you to all our nominees for your outstanding service and dedication to Utah State University. The 2026 USU Faculty University Service Award recipient is Melanie Dominique Rodriguez.
This was very unexpected. Thank you. It is an honor to serve the community that one is trying to help support and build. And I think to also model that for others, how to engage actively and hopefully effectively and productively. And it's been an honor to be able to serve at USU and be given the trust to do good work on behalf of the collective. So thank you.
Please welcome back Vice President Burrow, who will introduce the nominees for Faculty Researcher of the Year.
Research is a core mission of Utah State University, and the Faculty Researcher of the Year Award celebrates those researchers whose outstanding work advances knowledge in exceptional ways. Nominees are evaluated on a multitude of accomplishments, including publications, honors, presentations, funding, mentorship, and others over the past 3 years. Here are this year's nominees for USU Faculty Researcher of the Year.
Aaron Dotterer, Belize Lane, Brian Gowan, E. Bart Tarvett, Felipe Valencia, Kezia Manlove, Matthew Jaremski, Peter Crooks,
Let's congratulate all of those outstanding nominees. So yes, it's sealed, everybody. So. The Faculty Researcher of the Year, Belize Lane.
Thank you very much. I clearly was not expecting to receive this award. I am so grateful to the Utah State community, my own mentors here, and my students, my collaborators, who have all gotten me to this point. And I study hydrology, and I feel like this is I really appreciate being recognized for work that's addressing our important challenges that we're facing right now. And I want to thank my 2-year-old daughter for inspiring me to do all of this. Thank you.
Please welcome Provost Larry Smith back to the stage to present our next award.
Thank you, Lisa. Named for world-renowned geneticist and USU faculty member Dr. Eldon J. Gardner, this award honors faculty with extraordinary dedication to teaching and student success. This award isn't just about popularity, it's about results. It honors educators who demonstrate meaningful student outcomes and evidence-based innovation. Creating learning environments that inspire students requires skill, creativity, and of course, passion. Our nominees constantly evolve their courses through student feedback and dedicate themselves to mentorship beyond classroom walls. With a proven, sustained record of excellence in instruction, I am pleased to present the nominees for the 2026 Eldon J. Gardner Teacher of the Year Award.
Andreas Melmendier, Casey Coombs, Erica Espinoza Ortiz, Katie Potter, Lacey Wilkie, Stephen Quaddick, Sydney O'Shea,
Thank you to these exceptional faculty members for their commitment to teaching excellence here at Utah State. The 2026 Utah State University Eldon J. Gardner Teacher of the Year is Andreas Melmendier. And Andreas could not be with us this afternoon, so we will make sure that he gets this award ASAP. And in the meantime, we will move on to the next award. Next, please welcome Justin Smith, Interim Vice President for Extension, who will introduce the E.G. Peterson Extension Award.
Thank you, Provost Smith. E.G. Peterson served as USU's president from 1916 to 1945. He famously championed the vision that the university's boundaries should match the state's borders. Established in 1986, the E.G. Peterson Extension Award is our most prestigious extension honor. It recognizes not just a single project, but a career full of achievement. To even be considered, a recipient must have dedicated a minimum of 20 years to extension service. Tonight, we honor a generation of commitment, someone who has spent decades translating university service into real-world progress for the people of our state. I'm honored to present the E.G. Peterson Extension Award to Dr. Brent Black and invite him to come to the stage. Dr. Black is an extension fruit specialist and professor in the Department of Plant, Soils, and Climate. He spent his youth working in a series of summer jobs in agriculture and during his time as an undergrad student at Utah State. He discovered a fascination for fruit production. Today, his research includes using drone, satellite, and ground-based sensors to improve precision integration and fertilizer management. Congratulations, Dr. Black.
Thank you, Justin. I want to thank the great colleagues and graduate students that I've had and mentors that I've had here at Utah State University. Although I've been doing this for more than 20 years, this isn't my first position. Before I came here, I was a research scientist with the U.S. Department of Agriculture at their flagship research station just outside of Washington, D.C. And I'd been there for a few years. It was a very prestigious government research position, and I'd been there a few years and realized that it really wasn't a good fit for me for two reasons. Number one, I really enjoyed doing applied hands-on research and working directly with growers and producers and doing on-farm research. And the other was I like to have undergraduate students working in my lab. Neither of those were encouraged at the time within USDA, the Ag Research Service. And so I started looking for another job, and I decided my dream job would be extension. And about the time that I made that decision, my undergraduate advisor here at Utah State contacted me and said, "We have a position, would you ever consider leaving USDA and coming back to Utah State?" And I was thrilled to accept that opportunity. But between the time that I accepted the job and the time that I started, I had all these people at USDA coming up to me saying, "You know, what are you thinking? You're leaving this prestigious institution to go to some school," not knowing that this was my alma mater. And so I got a little defensive over time. And finally, one person came up to me, I thought, oh, here we go again. He says, "I hear you're leaving to work in extension." And I thought, okay, you know, I'm trying to steel myself to defend myself. And he said, "I could never work in extension. This is a prominent researcher at a top-tier government research lab." And I said, "What?" And he said, "I could never work in extension." I said, "Why not?" And he says, "Because you really have to know what you're talking about." And I don't know if that's a knock on government researchers or a compliment to extension, but it's been kind of a motto, and I've been really fortunate to have some great colleagues. So if I don't know the answer, I know where to go to get the answer. And it's a little scary when a grower calls you and asks a question, and you know that major funding is behind the decision and what he's going to do with that information, or he or she. And so it's been a real honor to be associated with a whole group of people that know what they're talking about. And I really appreciate the opportunity to do that at my alma mater and at my parents' alma mater and my grandmother's alma mater. It's been great to be back here and be an Aggie for the last 21 years. So thank you very much.
We now move to our final award of the program, the Cazier Professor Lifetime Achievement Award, which will be presented by USU President Brad Mortensen.
Thank you, Justin, and it's really appreciate you stepping up to lead extension during this time in an interim way. And before we announce the final award, I just want to take a moment and thank each and every one of you for the tremendous impact that you have all across our university. Your work in teaching, research, service, extension, and librarianship is what moves Utah State forward, and I'm just excited to be a part of all the great work you are doing. These strengths are embodied by the nominees for the Cazier Professional Lifetime Achievement Award. This award is given annually to recognize a senior faculty member with more than 20 years of excellence in each aspect of their role statement. Here are the 2026 nominees.
Claudia Liddell, Andy Anderson, David Herman, Jim Howell, Ronald Gillum.
Please join me in congratulating these exceptional nominees. And for our final award of the ceremony, the 2026 Cazier Professor Lifetime Achievement Award recipient is Ronald Gillum.
Wow, what a surprise when I saw all the other people who were nominated here. I thought, well, there's no way I'm going to win this award. So thank you so much. In order to be successful over a long period of time, you really need to have an amazing amount of support. And I feel like Utah State has provided an environment that fosters both productivity and happiness. And without the deans of the colleges that I've worked in, the department chairs, the colleagues I've had, the amazing doctoral students I've had, that I would never have had the success that I've had. And the other thing is you have to have a family that's willing to support you through the easy times as well as the hard times, and I've certainly had that. And finally, it doesn't hurt to live 24/7 with your primary colleague that you publish with. So that's a huge help as well. Thank you so much.
Before we close tonight's faculty award ceremony, I want to take a moment and reaffirm who we are and why we do this work. We are a student-centered, research-one, land-grant university grounded in learning, discovery, and meaningful engagement with the communities we serve. It's a privilege to be a part of this work alongside all of you here at Utah State University. And now I invite Provost Smith and Vice President Barreau back to the stage for our closing remarks.
All right, well, this event is the university's most visible way of recognizing outstanding faculty performance and achievement. But we're all well aware of the dedication, passion, and success all faculty display every day. You make USU very, very proud. Thank you for your commitment to enriching the lives of our students and academic community. We extend our thanks to the nomination and awardee committees for their thoughtful work, and we are grateful as well to the staff of the Office of Research and the Provost's Office for their work in planning and coordinating today's event. Lisa?
This concludes our program, but please don't leave just yet. In a moment, we would like all of today's recipients to join us on stage for a group photo. Tonight, we will also invite you to take a moment to look at Old Main Tower and see that that blue A is lit up in your honor. Banners will also be displayed across campus to share your accomplishments with the entire university community. Now, before we end, I want to take just a moment to thank my partner in this endeavor for the last 5 years, Provost Larry Smith, in terms of everything he's done for Utah State University. Thank you. And he didn't know that was coming. So thank you again, and congratulations to all of our honorees. See you again next year.